Paraguay. This little landlocked country in the heart of South America is a land of contrasts. Celebrating its 200th anniversary, its people are strongly patriotic and have a passion for football. However, as it has been a nation often forgotten by or unknown to the world, its people have suffered greatly from political corruption and crime. 10 years ago, Paraguay was ranked the second most politically corrupt country in the world. A large portion of the population lives at or below the poverty level, with over 40% living on less than $1 or $2 per day. Over 70% of the population is children and youth under the age of 30. Therefore, many children are forced to work or beg in the streets. Along with the corruption and poverty, there is a spiritual darkness that tears at the fabric of the society. Without a strong biblical foundation, many turn to alcohol, drugs, prostitution, and violence. Families are broken, and people are hurting. Where can they turn? Our names are Donald and Carol Paige. We are missionaries with the Mission Society serving in Paraguay since July of 2008. When we first answered God's call to serve in Paraguay, we came without much knowledge of where we would be working or what we would be doing. God, however, had already prepared the way. Donald had worked for 14 years at Colonial Williamsburg, a living history museum located in Williamsburg, Virginia. While there, he completed a 7-year apprenticeship to become a journeyman silversmith. Unknown to us, the home we agreed to rent upon our arrival was located in Luque, the center of silversmithing for all of Paraguay. Over the past 3.5 years, Donald has formed close friendships with many local silversmiths, finding several of them with workshops tucked back in little alleyways. He goes fishing with them, eats with them, and spends lazy afternoons in conversation. Many of these men who would never step foot in a church now look to Donald for spiritual advice and prayer. Donald even had them praying for the prostitutes that frequented their shops. A little over a year ago, Donald also started taking classes at a local artisan school to learn the art of filigrana, a beautiful Paraguayan jewelry made from drawn silver wire. He has since earned certificates in 2 courses at the school and is able to make his own filigree jewelry. Anyone who knows Donald also knows that he loves to exercise, swimming, running, walking, biking. While walking around Luque, God put it on his heart to start praying for the city and its people. He now has a 13-kilometer circuit and is known by sight and name. In addition, he has several people on his route with whom he prays on a regular basis.
My wife Carol has a master's degree in social work and worked as a school social worker for 7 years. Just before coming to Paraguay, she learned that the New Horizons School was praying for a social worker. She began serving at the school just a few months after our arrival. The vision for New Horizons School is to prepare a new generation of Christian leaders for Paraguay who will model integrity, honesty, and be guided by biblical principles and the Holy Spirit. The school opened in 2001 with preschool and kindergarten classes and quickly earned an excellent reputation for its strong academics and Christian education. There are now around 650 students from preschool to 10th grade, with a new grade level being added each year. The majority of the children who enroll are from non-Christian families, and priority is given to the poorest of the community. Each year, over 100 families apply for the 56 slots available for preschool and a few openings in other grade levels. Carol plays an important role in the selection process as she visits each home and does a social history for each child. She also frequently has the opportunity to pray with the families of these children. Additionally, for the past 3 years, Carol has organized and led Bible studies for New Horizons girls grades 7th to 10th. She has become for many of them both a friend and a mentor. She also enjoys going on home visits with the school's pastor and learning to minister to the families in need. We are serving in Paraguay under the authority of the Paraguayan Methodist Church. We attend the Pozo Azul Church in Luque, where Carol plays the trumpet and Donald is an usher who preaches on a monthly basis. We also have been involved with district-wide events, including child evangelism, revival meetings, women's events, baptisms, and a church-wide praise group who, in January of 2010, had the opportunity to minister to churches in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Between the months of July and September, short-term teams come from churches in the United States for 1 or 2 week trips. They oftentimes focus on construction, child evangelism, or medical missions. We enjoy working with these teams as helpers and translators. The last medical team we helped treated nearly 1,100 patients in 4 days and had 250 decisions made for Christ.
Our daughter, Cora, was just 3 years old when we first came to Paraguay. She's a happy, spirited little girl who loves to play. She is just as comfortable playing on the dirt floor of a one-room shack as she is on the playground at McDonald's, where only the wealthy Paraguayans can afford to go. She also likes to help with the American teams and is already able to translate some. After years of trying to get pregnant and unsuccessful fertility treatments, God blessed us with Cora through the gift of adoption when she was just 2 months old. Always wanting more children, we planned to adopt again in Paraguay. Little did we know how difficult that would be. In July of 2010, we received a prophecy from a complete stranger that we would not adopt in Paraguay, but would be blessed with 2 biological children. 2 months later, Carol discovered she was pregnant. After 16 years of marriage, our son Daniel was born in Paraguay in May of 2011. His testimony has touched hundreds of people, both in Paraguay and in the States, and has opened many doors for sharing the love of Christ with others. As missionaries with the Mission Society, we raise all of our own support. We do not receive salaries from our mission organization or the places where we serve in Paraguay. We are able to do what we do only through the generous financial and prayer support that comes from churches and individuals like you. Thank you for opening up your heart to the people of Paraguay. Together, through the help of God and the power of the Holy Spirit, we can make a difference for Christ. One life at a time.